I will start in 5 till 10 minutes. I just have to set up just small things. So, hello everyone, welcome. So let me see how I can transition this way. Perfect. Here we go. Hey Minu, welcome. Now where are all my chat windows? There, and now I have a lot of chats. So switching the keyboard, making that ready. Here we go. Hello, greetings. Long time no see. How are you doing? And did you had a great week? So, as promised last week, I have updated Xcode. Actually, it was finished 15 minutes after finishing of the last stream. And there happened to be a lot of changes in the meantime. Well, as you know, Flutter has already got an upgrade, but I already installed that in Master Channel just to make sure that everything works. You could have FlutterConf India Max. That was fun and resolved. I believe that. I was also asked by someone if I want to join. The problem was the travel expenses. I can currently not afford them because I have a child and they are expensive. Yeah, but maybe this changes now because I don't know how official that is already. Yeah, stream is a little bit low quality. The reason for that is actually because I want to have 30 FPS, 60 FPS. So that I can show the differences between impeller versus non-impeller. And so I hope that is actually, yeah, that works perfectly well with the higher resources. So let's hope. You wait for the session so long. Oh, very sorry for that. Yeah, and why does that change now with the with the pricing? Well, since today I am, maybe I can already show that here. There is like Google developer profile, I think. Let me quickly check if I find that somewhere. There we go. And let's hope that I'm logged in. The wrong account. Can I switch? Yep, looks good. Yeah, because as I said, since today actually, or I think 3 days ago or something, I received a very interesting or very good message from the good old GDE team, and they were announcing that I am now a Flutter Google developer expert for Dart and Flutter actually, and that made me very proud, and that will help me hopefully a little bit in traveling to talks and things like that. So that's my big hope. Yeah, so Flutter Smooth, what is that? Minu, let's check that. Smooth. Again, a package for something. Thanks, Minu. Hey, Damien. Nice to see you. All right, so let's check out Impeller. We prepared the last week already something. And as you remember, maybe, we had this example open from the animation package. And we were not able to start this application on an iOS device because we had to run it in profile mode. And obviously I'm completely organized besides of the loading cable for my iPhone so that I can share that. So I need 1 second. We'll be back in 1 minute. So. But now, here it is, the magic cable. So the idea was that we want to run this animation package example one time with Impeller and one time without, and we want to see the differences. And last time we already saw pretty interesting the how laggy at the end is the animation if we don't preload it and don't make anything with the shaders. And today we hopefully, with the new Xcode update, have the possibility to see how it is the difference in the performance. So with that, let's connect that. So getting away with the focus time so that you don't see everything directly and start everything up. So for that, we will need a QuickTime player. And then we have to say, I think it's movie recording. Let's see. Now I can switch on the iPhone camera. That's not what I want. I would like to have the screen of Mac's iPhone. So, yep. And here you go. This is my phone at the moment. So you see all my nice little apps. And now we would like to install the Flutter part. And let's see if I have the right approvals everywhere. So else I should actually see the device now. Hopefully, Flutter devices. Oops. So error to use iOS iPhone for development, enable development mode settings, privacy and security. All right, so let's try that. Privacy. Is it on the phone or is it here? Yeah, I think it's here. So privacy. And security. Here we go. Files and folders. No, that's not it. privacy and security. And what do I have to accept? App privacy reporting. No, that's not it. Developer mode. Enabled. Restart. Okay, I always have to restart something. Yeah, I also disabled the notifications, so hopefully all my love messages will not be visible directly. So thank you, Raphael. And I figured out that some people already found my real phone number, so they text me already personally. It's also very interesting. Nothing shameful yet, but yeah. Links aren't sharing. I received your link. It's something on GitHub Flutter Smooth. Let me quickly check. So, let me quickly check if that works. Yep. Nothing blocked here. Turn on developer mode. Again, pass. So, fancy. So now with enabled developer mode, I think we should be much better. And in the meantime, I can switch to GitHub Flutter Smooth. What do we have here? Yeah, Shashank, I hope the same. Then the bank password, yeah, I hope I don't announce it everywhere. No matter how heavy the tree is, okay. Interesting. But this is now a package directly for Impeller, or is it just for usage benchmarks? Okay. That is for the old part, right? If you don't have Impeller activated, then this is like a preloader for the widget tree, I guess. But interesting that there is an own package for it. That has no releases yet, so it seems pretty newish, or last month. Let's getting into insights. Yeah, it's pretty new. Interesting. Okay, but nevertheless, let's check out first what we have here now. And Xcode will continue when Max's iPhone is finished. Okay, so I have to unlock it again. Hey, yeah, perfect. So let's try it again. Can I somehow disable that it's busy preparing for development? So let's start Xcode. Okay, I have to still install some things here, so... Yeah, I thought really I have updated everything, but you know me. So it's a perfect time to ask questions. But anyway, we have created that package from the animation package. I don't know if you remember. So if we go to pub.dev, we have this animations package from where we have a lot of with custom themes. Yeah, I use at the moment the Streamlabs actually, and yeah, we have to check. So, and as you can see, we have all these motions, and in Android, they seem to work pretty fine. But on iOS, we saw last time, we use the master channel at the moment. Reason for that is we need to be able to run Impeller, which is currently just in or hidden behind a feature flag. So if you check out this branch here from Tim Sneef, where he talks about the Impeller part, he says that this is currently somewhere he announced it that it is currently still only as an experimental flag usable. So we have to check that too. Is it unstable too? All right. I currently use the master branch, but we can check that in a second. Maybe we can also use it directly. Where was it? I have somewhere Flutter project Impeller open, I guess. So let's check Impeller. Ah yeah, it's stable and free, but I think it's still behind the feature flag. However, free users should see the following features working on iOS. Okay. But you have to set up this one, and this enable Impeller flag needs to be passed in. January Flutter event. Well, I hope it's something very big. But let's check out. So we have all that. Is my phone finally... Let's open just... Okay, it doesn't open. Let's open... I think I can right click and open in. Oh. Was that not possible to open directly in Xcode? I think that was a thing, no? Ah, Flutter, but it's grayed out. Okay, weird. Then let's do it differently. Open up this in Finder and then open it in Xcode iOS and open up that project. I think they have removed master branch from their APIs too. Ah, okay. I have to right click on the iOS folder. Ah, look at that. Okay, so they hidden it away. Thanks, Rafael. Okay, so now there is that and there is my phone. So why is he not accepting it? Probably I have to restart the terminal, that could be. Ah, no, here we go, finally. Good, so Flutter run. Let's run on my iPhone. Max's iPhone. Oop. Ah, okay. Flutter run. Now he will ask me probably. Ah, and I think we want to run it in profile mode, right? Profile. So that we can also see the grade performance tool. I have worked with a companion who worked a lot in Jetpack Compose, and he was pretty happy with it. Oh, that doesn't look like something good. What's the problem? Target. Ah, okay, because I'm not signed. Ah. So all these nitty gritties, I think I can just use my name here. That should already do it. Sign in and try again. Animations were found. Xcode could not find iOS. Okay. So, almost similar to Flutter, correct? And it's also declarative, but I think from the development stuff, they are still behind. Failed to register bundle identifier. Okay, then just change the bundle def Flutter explained. Perfect, finally. Okay, so that should reduce one problem. What do we have else? Run a project, run a target, log in, blah, blah, blah. Build and run the project again. Trust your newly created developer certificate. Okay, view settings, general device management. Yeah, especially if you are not the main iOS user. You like Android a little bit more, which most people don't understand, but somehow device management. But this is for VPN. It's both. Okay. So let's see. Then let's run that again. You mean always? Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people that I know who really work in iOS and macOS development, they tell me always how great the IDE of Mac is and how they love it and how they don't want to use anything else. But I think the hurdle to start with Xcode as a professional is pretty big. Good. So what is that in your keychain? Don't I enter login? Ah, okay, fair enough. Too many passwords everywhere. So let's see if we get that running or not here. Yeah, if you check out the, I'm always surprised, but it's really true. If you check out the App Store and looking for Xcode, there are fanboys who really defend that thing. That's so crazy. You go here and then you can check out the stars. It's, yeah, so some people say it's necessary, so they don't like it. And then there is like this, he don't understands the criticism. Xcode is not so bad, he loves it, blah, blah, blah. Everything works, it contains everything he needs, stuff like that. It's really crazy that the perception is so differently. I don't know why I see all the Germans, but it seems to tell me that I have to answer as a German here. But yeah. I mean, whoever likes it. That's true. Also, they change a lot in the meantime. That's what I find crazy. Whenever you want to work on something, they change already where the registers are or where to find something, and that's really annoying. Also, the whole stuff you have to customize with this build things. If you have a real app, then it's like getting nuts from time to time. Microsoft products, well, Azure was not too bad. They did their stuff. Yeah, that's true. The reviews, it's crazy. I hate more is the days they take to, yeah. Yeah, okay, if you compare it to that, it's pretty good. Untrusted developer, yeah, okay, got it. I'm untrusted. So can I be trusted now? Okay, there it was. So VPN device, here we go. I trust myself, so crazy. Such a trustworthy developer. You always know what to do. Ah, wait, before I do it here, let's choose the device. Can I refresh? I would like to run it through here because then I can directly use. So here I have already Impeller inside. I will remove that quickly and start it up. And is the profile mode running? Yeah. Cool. Nope, open workspace. I'm pretty surprised by Swift itself. I really like the language. I like the dynamic typing inside of, or dynamic parameters is the name, I think. And this is pretty cool. So they have some really good ideas, but Dart is still Dart. Would be great if they announce in January something like Dart is now available for backend development and will be also performance-wise improved for it. That would be cool. You don't like dynamics? No, it was more, you have like an overload for the methods. So that means when you have, for example, the same method, well, let me quickly make a scribble because I can't explain that. Like Dart. So for example, you have a void method, like main, and oops. Not Windows machine. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so let's say you have this main method and you have now one method that you say, create and build. And one time you give inside a number, and then you have, for example, one where you give in string and one where you give an object with, or a list or something. And then you can create this and build method, and you could have that once. And then inside of here, you can have one overload where you say, okay, this is an integer number. Then you have the same method with the same name and everything. And you say this one receives a string and this one a list of type, I don't know, T, something like that. And this was an overload to this. So you don't have to recreate everything. And that is pretty cool. I like that. So that was a really cool feature. And I think it's not possible for most programming languages. Your device is locked, yeah. Thank you. But I think that only works for Swift, not for Dart. Dartfrog to support WebSockets, that would be also amazing. My dream is still to create a Flame game engine game with WebSockets. So this is the next big thing I want to do. Also, I don't know if you heard it, but I will be most likely a speaker at the Flutter Heroes event. Here we go. And they asked me if I want to make a workshop for 4 hours where I will create a Flame game with the community together, or with the people who are there together. that looks pretty cool. So if you want to join, it would be great to see you there. What do you think about WebArt? What is it? Not WebRTC, it's RPC, I think, from Google. They have also created now a great is it RPC? gRPC, sorry for that. They created also for Dart now, and I was really when I heard that, it was pretty cool because you can create the API and you have everything tested. Share the link. Flutter Heroes, sure. I think the problem is now because I stream on one machine and be active on the other machine active, I have always to switch between the two. So let me Flutter Heroes. Yes, and what I heard is that the performance is pretty great, and because you can generate all the stuff, it's, well, pretty close to that what most people would say sophisticated backend development. So let me quickly copy the link, put that here, voila. So back to our stuff. Getting rid of that, switching the keyboard again, perfect. Yeah, because it makes the things also testable and so on. I like that. Well, yes, but ServerPod only generates the API endpoints, right? It doesn't create the client receivers, and that would be the part that I would love to see. So, but anyway, our app is loaded, as you can see, hopefully. Wait, I don't see the stream. Over here. Yeah, you can see it, perfect. Here we go. And here. So, and if we open up now something, you can see the animation is, well, not pretty smooth because we have not used Impeller now. So sometimes it's pretty smooth. I think in the iOS emulator, it was way worse actually. So maybe what we can do is open them up the performance screen. Let's see what we have here. So here we have the performance, and here we can see janks and things like that. And let's see if we can see some of the janks that happens. Shader jank detected, 7 frame jank total, some shader jank, okay? So if I click here, what happens? Okay, you can't see that now. But you can see there are some frames in the jank method. What does that mean? That means that code needs longer to execute than the 17 milliseconds that we have for our 60 frames per second thing. And as you can see, we have some disturbances here. The question is now, is that really, yeah, you can see sometimes they are crazy, especially the first time when they load. So if we load again, you can see it's way smoother than it was before. I hope you can see that. Yeah, I think it's pretty visible. I did not try the Impeller example in C, but we can do that later. Would be interesting to see. Ah, it will also generate client-side code. Okay, maybe I have to create a video about ServerPod then. Okay, so you can see whenever we have preloaded an animation, it looks pretty smooth and fast. But if we don't have that done, it's, yeah, you can see the problem inside of the inspector of the profiler here. All right. So now that we know that, I really hope that Impeller will change something, and that this is now my hope. So let's see what we get here. Nope, that's not it. So enable Impeller. And actually it should do all the settings. What we also could do, if we don't want to always say enable Impeller, we could add into the iOS part inside of the info plist this part here. And with that, we should be finished. So let's do that too, because I'm unsure if some of this doesn't work. So go to the info plist. Let's search for it. Nope, we don't have edited yet. So we add it here. Okay, so hope the best. And actually, I think we don't need that part here now, but I keep both. In the worst case, we get an error message. In the best case, it works directly. Damian, is the Impeller, is that an example somewhere with the C code? Would be pretty crazy to see. It only changed for second runs, but I think that was exactly what they wanted to solve, right? That they don't, or that we don't see this jankiness on the first run. Because else we can still work with all the shader trickery that we have, and we can work with that Flutter Smooth and things. But maybe it's in the future. So here they have status, GitHub project board, Flutter gallery. How to set up, learning, read, GPU frame, how to enable middle, how Impeller works around the leg. How color blending works. Ah, yeah, okay, yeah. I think that needs to be the goal, because else it wouldn't make sense to rewrite the whole backend. And I think the engine of Flutter is pretty big, so yes, I know it's locked. How can I enhance the loading time? So iOS people, how do I... So lock screen, how fast it is. Lock sound, reset location, auto lock. That sounds like it. Auto lock after 3 minutes. Raise to wake up. So let's say 3 minutes. Let's hope for the best. Scene Impeller. Okay, let's check. So GitHub Flutter. Development. Oh, let me quickly search. Scene slash wrong. Scene slash Impeller. Commits and issues I have here. Add Impeller scene. I believe that is not what you wanted to see, or Damien. Okay, in the meantime, let's see. So, and I would like to have the performance overview. Okay, so far so good. We don't get so many errors. We have one at the very first frames. That's okay-ish, I would say. So now let's try to hit one of the containers. And that was pretty smooth. Also from the timings, you can see up here, all the jank is gone. And there is a jank again, but I think that was like the second time it was executed. So that's fine-ish, I would say. Let's try the shared access. Okay, there's one little jank. But also for the second one, you're right. So interesting. But that looks already way smoother. Cool. Also here, 2 big janks. Shader compilation jank. So I think this is the one that we actually have to look into. Can we get more insights? I think if I click it, what do we have? Raster, paint 0.4. Raster stats. Take a snapshot to review stats for the current screen. Okay, how do I do that? Take a snapshot. Ooh. What's that? Ah, there you can see all the different layers. That's pretty amazing. So for the very first, so for the animation, it took the most time. That's pretty cool. I launched the app. Okay, that's even worse, or? So you mean if you close the app completely and restart it, and restart, then you have a faster running system. Interesting. But I'm pretty happy that the Flutter team is working on it, you know, that they have understood that this is a major issue, that people are getting frustrated with it, and that they can solve it. I'm pretty sure with that. I was looking the last time a little bit into the whole Impeller issues, and they are crazy. And because I'm not so much into the C development, at least not C++, is it C? Or I always forget it, or is it C++? I think it was C++, right? Let's check here again. C++. But no, not really. Dart, 99%. Okay. Crazy. Swoop. So here we go. That one. And we need... So connect to a new app. Let's... or restart it just. It's easier. NG Dart, Angular. I think Angular Dart is still not dead. No, I thought the last time that they still develop on that. I think they brought a new version a couple of days ago. So they have still some, but it looks so much better. I'm so happy with it. Because as you can see, it's not the only animation, right? There are multiples that are running up. But this is now on master. What I could try for you, Rafael, I will kill the app once more and will try to switch to the normal branch. I know that will take some time. This is channel and stable, but I would like to see if there is a difference. Maybe there takes longer or something. Flutter upgrade? No, not Flutter upgrade. Why not? Oh, look at that! I misspelled and the computer understood me. So that's great. Thanks, Flutter CLI. This is customer service. You don't see any app sites on it. The problem is we don't know, right? So if there are companies who still use it, then we would not know. Actually, I think NG Dart is nearly not used, actually, sadly. But I think they still work on it. Let me quickly check if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Yeah, 18 days ago. So they are still in active development, actually. Which makes sense. I mean, the thing is, my personal feeling of the whole Flutter Dart idea is that they want to enlarge the community around it. So that means if we go to Stack Overflow, for example, to the last survey, and you check for Dart, and you check the different surveys, then you will see that Dart is getting more and more popular. Of course, the main driver at the moment is and stays Flutter. But if you want to develop and you learn Flutter and Dart, then the next step is, of course, to say, hey, if I know now already Dart and I can use it, why don't bring it to the next level and start to create it as a web development part and then say, okay, we use it for Angular. And Angular is a pretty good framework that many people like, especially if you look for state of JS. My favorite statistic side of that is if we check out that one. I think they have surveys, past surveys. Is it the right website? I think so. View results. Ah, yeah, thank you. And I think if you go to libraries, front-end frameworks, then you can see that there are Angular. And of course it flows and it lost a lot of popularity because, well, every day there is a new package. But over the last years, raid, hello, thank you so much for raiding. Sorry, that is on Twitch. 94 people, White Panda? This is nuts. Hey, welcome. So, but as you can see, Angular was already pretty popular, and also in Germany, for bigger enterprises, many people liked Angular because it was like very narrow, the tools were very clear, and I think for Flutter it's the same. Yeah. If you want to web frameworks next to your Flutter app, Jasper looks interesting, okay? Flutter for web is designed for single web apps. Really doesn't make sense to use NG Dart. Yes, true, but I think NG Dart still supports SEO or SEO. So NG Dart has SEO placement, and I think that's not what good old Android has. At least this is my feeling. Yeah, but I don't know that for sure because I don't know if NG Dart is rendering or if they also recreate everything. But yeah, I think the long-term strategy of Dart and Google here is that Dart needs to be more and more popular. So people want to create server-side applications with it because it is convenient. They know it from the front end, or they want to create their front-end applications with it. But yeah, of course, if Flutter Web will overtake Dart sooner or later, then of course it could be that we don't see any more Angular with Dart. But I think they most likely, as you can see, it's not active heavily development anymore. It's more, I guess, bug fixing for the apps that are currently existing or things like that. Flutter Glass takes a long time. How do you know things like that? Jasper. What is Jasper? Is it again a JavaScript tool or is it something Dart? GitHub. Jasper. Let's have a look. What is that? So here we see Jasper project. I don't think. Jasper. So let's see if I can find that. Jasper. Modern web framework, of course. Dart web framework. Okay, I'm silent. Module to Flutter widgets, easy server side. Server side rendering. Interesting. However, rendering web pages with a works fundamentally different to Flutter. So they create everything then again as a HTML and JavaScript page. That's interesting. At benchmark, so they have a roadmap. Looks interesting. I will tag that because that could be a possible new video idea. And what I will also do is going to serverpod finally. That I was writing with the good old serverpod content worker who creates at the moment stuff for it. And he was writing that he wants to promote a new version soon. And so I waited till I create a video about it. Sorry for that. The batteries included was very attractive. So let's add that too. Bring that in here. Switch over there. Quite difficult. Okay, so, but that's that. Let's back to Impeller quickly. That didn't work out. So what happens? Okay, now it complains that I don't have Flutter executed Flutter upgrade. Great stuff. Let's see. Everything works. Flutter doctor. You told me. No can do. So 338. Everything is fine. That works. We are online already. So let's restart and go to my phone. Schwupp. Here we go. And let's restart the hell application. We have still enabled Impeller and profile. No need arcs. Even Flutter will work here. Yeah, true. So now I'm pretty curious what we will see for that. This is still from last week. Go, go, go. Create everything. My coffee is already empty. I talk too much. But maybe we can have a look into Jasper after we have now looked into Impeller. I mean, we are just 1 hour in, so we have still some time. The goodies from Flutter Confin, no, I didn't see them. But I think the goodies are always amazing. It's crazy how much stuff they post out. Then let's check it out. Not now. Sorry, I have to click. Why do I even click? I have Vimium. So what should I Flutter Confin swag probably, right? So Flutter Confin swag. Yeah, Majid, great. Here's the stuff. So let's see, that's from AG. Can I? No, I have to click it. Sad. Nice. The tigers. Oh, I like that lamp. Flutter community. This is amazing. Flutter stickers. Are you people who put stickers on your laptops? I really don't like that, so I would like to hear what you are doing, because I always think, I want to sell that thing maybe in the future. So I never put stickers on it. Is the Flutter Config also on Postodon? Probably not. Well, anyway. Okay, we are up and running after some time. Look. You have a dash in my in your laptop. So scrolling works perfectly fine. Now let's click one. And here we see the jank again, but just once. So quite heavy to say. But it feels so smooth at the moment. The question is now do I have to even enable Impeller again? Show fab, show modal, discard. So actually I can't complain. I would activate Impeller for my apps, I guess, if I would like to have them more performant. It looks really good. You don't buy laptops, companies give them all to you. Yeah, that's the problem if you are self-employed. You see a lot of jank. Okay, that could be because if you are on 60 FPS, and if you are not on 60 FPS, then sometimes you see the lags, of course. So that's unfortunate. Sorry, I tried to get rid of that by the 60 FPS part. But if that doesn't work, then sorry for that. Hey, Ghostly Tuna, nice to see you over on Twitch. So, pretty cool. Anyway, all of that works. What I will do now is I create a new branch and call that Impeller, or I don't know, MD Weber fixed or made example runnable. Zack. And I will push that. The reason for it is I have no permissions, of course. Let me quickly go to the package. Do I have already a fork of that? Again, login. TTT. So things like that. Switch quickly to, don't know, intermission. On the other side, it's not so important, I guess. So if I search now for GitHub two-factor authentication, and now I'm logged in and back. Thanks for all the follows, by the way, on Twitch. It's great to have you all. Big fan of Flutter, like that to hear. So should you be self-employed? Well, if you don't want to pay for your laptops, then I'd probably say no. I personally really like from time to time to be self-employed. That always is part of the use case, and can't tell you what you should do, of course. So now let's fork that stuff. I can call it packages, fair enough. Let's get the source code, get into Android Studio, go to remotes. No, not remote server, manage remotes, and switch the origin to my own. Great stuff. And now we can push it and make a commit. We have changed quite a lot. Let's see if we needed all of that. What is that? This is the animation package. Yeah, that's just for the null safety, I guess. That was... Twitch is faster. All right. Yeah, finding the role that is most important for you. That's true. You know what I can do? The next stream I will create, have on this computer. Yeah, I'm multi-streaming. Sorry, Ghostly Tuna. I'm on YouTube and on Twitch. So I try to, yeah, juggle a bit around here. But I will have the chat windows here on the, like on this one Mac OS, and then I can switch between both and we can see it together. I think that makes more sense. All right. You have a questions. How can I learn Flutter from 0 to hero? What do you recommend? Well, there are a lot of very good resources. My personal opinion is go to flutter.dev and learn how to install it, obviously, and create your own very first application. Try something small, like I think there are, of course, a lot of courses in Udemy that you can follow. But what I really like is the Flutter roadmap that comes from, I don't know, or I always forget his name. Let me quickly check. Here, Olaxel, this guy. And he has the Flutter roadmap with all things. It's highly subjective, of course, but if you go via this, you are on a very good shape, in my opinion. You have done nearly everything and you can learn even more onto it. And he also gave it different levels that you need. Like, for example, must have, nice to have, and optional. But after that, you are pretty good to go, I guess. Yeah, there are some combines. Share it, yeah. You know, it's again with the chat windows here. So let's see if I can quickly get the chat windows open on this Mac here. Log in to... let's see if I can fast log in here and go here, YouTube. You are most welcome. Resource hungry here. Could be. So let's go here. Don't talk, please don't talk. Thank you. So chat in neuem window, close that off. Put that on the left side. Great stuff. Doesn't work yet because I have to log in here. Getting my token. When I started with streaming, a lot of people said whenever you have technical difficulties and you have to do something like this now, don't do it. Do it on the next stream. You are way better because you lose always the people who are looking. Hey Nasa, welcome. Salam alaikum. Chatori Hobi. So going to the video producer, stream manager, opening up that stream. Pop out this one, close this off. So now we have one Twitch here, and now I can do this and this. And this, and now we have both chats open. It's pretty small. I think you can nearly not read it, but that's fine for me now. Shama Ubid. Sorry, my Persian reading is way worse than my Persian talking. So sorry if I can't directly understand. But what you said is you are well. So I hope at least that is meaning that. So how do I switch now the windows easily on Mac? Why does that not work? I thought there was a shortcut for it. I'm very good. So how do I switch now back? It's not Mac, it's this one and chat. Okay. So here we go with the Flutter roadmap for everyone. Flutter roadmaps for everyone. Bam. So. But now if I'm already on it and you know, you have the time, I have the time, right? So let's search for the keyboard shortcut to switch keyboard shortcuts, customize. And I think here modify function keys. Maybe I have to control. No. I thought it was something with left and right just, but why does it not work? Keyboard shortcuts. And I'm back here again. Why? Setup keyboard change. No, I don't want. No, quit. Keyboard shortcuts. Here we go. Launch dock. Okay. Display. Mission control. I think. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, I will have to Google that. I have 2 windows open in full screen. I thought always that works. So if I have now my 3-finger method on my Mac, okay, now you quickly don't see anything, I guess. But if I switch now here, okay, now everything is broken. Things I will do the next time. So could be that I have to quickly reset the macOS part here. Deactivate and activate. Okay, it seems I destroyed somehow my streaming application. My Farsi. Well, I learned a little bit because my wife is Farsi, so I have to. I was also visiting Iran for a couple of days, so it was pretty amazing. How can I set up a virtual device to see my app in Visual Studio? How can I set up a virtual device to see my app on Visual Studio? I will switch here quickly to intermission. Also, that is not possible. No. Ah. I keep streaming and recording. Okay, so let's try if that works. So, live. macOS is back. I am back. So, perfect. Okay, so again, don't touch things if you don't want to make them break. Close up this. We are back there. That is working. Great. So. Do I see everything? I think you should be fine now, right? Right. I can go switch to this chat. Lost your voice. Okay. I should be back, hopefully. The only downside is now I don't have music running. I can change that in a sec. Lo-fi. Somewhere is lo-fi, hopefully. Here we go. And on this, it doesn't look like I am online anymore. Welcome back, Nazar. So. It tells me that YouTube can't... okay, I'm back. Perfect, okay. So, hopefully my voice is back again. Everything should work again. Everything is up and running. Whew. It's not only Macs, it's also my Windows PC. You know, it's the streaming setup is always very complicated because the Mac is standing here, the computer down there, and everything needs to run smoothly. So let's see what we have changed. So we have changed the version number here. Is that necessarily app framework? Probably not. So I will roll that back. Container transitions. So yeah, that is the different text sizes. I did that very quick and dirty. I think I will not commit that. Doesn't sound like a very good contribution to the package, but maybe I will add that to my to-do list. Oh, sad I don't have that here. So what I could do is click up, switch quickly in here, and then add it to my to-do list that I want to make a contribution to the animation package to make that runnable again. So, where can I add something quickly? Yeah. Yeah, you can see all my video ideas now in the future, so be ready. Be warned. Didn't I have a person list here? I thought so. Tasks. What did I say? It's, yeah, create a contribution to Flutter animations package to make it runnable. No data, good. Weird. Okay, anyway. So what shall we do next? And now that we know about Impeller and how everything works. Yeah, I use ClickUp for nearly everything. I really like that tool. And I like the tool actually. I use it for my whole YouTube video ideas, what I want to do there. And yeah, it's quite large for me. It's also for my family stuff that I have. And yeah, don't know, maybe in the future cool. And what I also like, because I'm on my computer, my Windows computer, I have it running here because it creates like this cool tree with all the knowledge that you have and things like that. So it's pretty cool. Can highly recommend that. So where can I to switch again? So go to the chat. Yes. Minu says he can't hear me. Huh. Yeah, broken internet. That's a thing. So I hope you can hear me. Ilk, diese Nachricht lösen. Interesting, what everything is possible. Crazy. Can I not enlarge that too? Ah, yeah, perfect. YouTube. To Twitch. Yes, I hear myself. Okay, great. So that is working now, hopefully. So here we close that off and we only keep that open. We go here to multi-stream. Thanks for joining. It's one banana. Hey. Okay, so let's try it again. This works. Green screen is hopefully also fixed now. So we really have to create some stuff here. So anyway, this can be gone and we are finished with the main topic for today. So the idea was to show Impeller. I think we did that. We saw some differences. We know now to activate it. It was very interesting to hear that on stable it looks a little bit different than on the other platforms. So could be a worth a shot to just have a look on how yeah, that works in the long run. Nope. So, and what we could do next is maybe creating some Dart action. We could check the link. Which link? Demian, I can't see your link. I'm sorry. So let me quickly, maybe I see it here. No, node link activated. So going up. Zack. You can't neither. So, okay. All right. Anyway, so now I hope that everything works. And if not, well, then sorry for that. Doesn't work for today. Okay. But what we also could do, and this is maybe even better because that helps me. What is that? Used version of disk and close Xcode, by the way. What we also could do, and I think that would be helpful for me, as I said, for Flutter Heroes, I need to prepare the a Flutter Game Jam or a Flutter Fire, a game with Flutter Fire. No? And what we could do is maybe have a first look on how to create something like that and searching for an idea and things like that. So if you have never worked with the Flutter game engine, it's pretty cool. And as you can see, we have the version 1.4, and with that we can create actual games in Flutter, which is pretty cool. I like that. And what I would like is Flutter has like a game template, I guess. So I've Flutter games exactly. So it's this one. If we switch here, chat, swoop and swoop, you can see we have this template, and thanks to this template we can pretty easily start with Flutter development. And as you can see, some of the games has been also published already. Pretty cool. And the famous one is the Google I/O Pinball, which was created in the collaboration with the very good company. So it's pretty cool. You can see it's directly in Flutter. It works in the web, it works on the macOS, it works everywhere. And yeah, as I said, we want to create a small game, and we have exactly 4 hours. That means I have to reduce that by, I think, 1/4, because if you have people who have never worked with Flutter or things like that, you usually have to explain everything way more in detail. But that's fine. And as you can see, here's like the boilerplate, the sample. And this sample allows you already as a starter to build the sound, music, have a main menu, of course add ads because it's Google, right? Then in-app purchases, we have game services, crash reports and things like that. And all that is already implemented. So the cool thing would be if we could directly use this as a starter so that people don't have to hesitate with all the things around it. Change the package name of your game before you start any of the deeper integrations. For this, rename tool of pub.dev. There is a rename tool of pub.dev. It helps you to change your Flutter project's app and bundle ID. Currently only available for iOS, Android, macOS, and web. That is so interesting. I have never heard about that package. Nuts. Let's install that quickly. I think that's pretty cool. So let's activate that. I can't find pub. Eh? Okay. Dart pub global activate. Okay, fair enough. You just need to enable the feature you want to use. Really cool. Yeah. So, and how we do that? So if we go to dev, I think I should have my projects here, and they're Flutter projects. And inside of here, we are currently pretty empty. So my idea is to create here a Flutter project. So Flutter create, or don't wait, if we want to get that from this package, from the template, we should probably... that's a bit annoying today. Good. Take this first. So there is a lot of comments, so I will also read them. I'm really curious. This branch is up to date with main. That's good. So how do I get that now? I have to clone the samples. Huh, that's pretty big. Game template. How can I start now? Getting started. The game complies and works out of the box. Main menu, a router settings screen. When bundled a new game, this is likely everything you first need. Maybe I should also do something else. I have to change the stream information. Don't know if this is possible for YouTube, but it's possible for Twitch. So Flame engine, building a MicroGame. Or working on. Good. Update. Close. Cool. Okay, we can Flutter run. That's fine, but how do I clone something from here? That's a very good question. So git command clone folder in repository. And how to, I can clone, of course, the whole thing, but how to clone a git repo using command line? I would like to have one specific folder. How to clone from a git repo? How to clone a specific directory from a git repository? Yep. Git checkout approach, git remote add, git fetch, name branch, path to directory. Okay, let's see if we can do that. So terminal, I have that open here. So let's see, ls. Git init doesn't sound like a very good idea. Okay, so let's call that MicroGame. This, and inside of here we say git init, we say git remote add, the remote name is this from the samples. Aha, the name is missing, of course, so this is origin. And now git, why should I fetch again? Git fetch remote is origin, of course, it was a mistake. Here we go. Remote name branch. What is the branch name here? It's master. Okay. Huh. Still sad because now I get again everything. I really hoped to avoid that. Good. So git checkout origin / master, and the folder name I have to specify, right? So path to directory is then just / game template. Let's just clone it. I think I'm fast if I just clone it. So rmrf, the microgame, and we just git clone the whole thing. And then just we copy the folder that we need. So def. Ah, it was in packages. Ah, that's the reason. No. Huh? Flutter samples and then here inside. How do I have a packages folder now? Ah, samples. Sorry, most of the time people wait. So, and now this is the game template. No slash with. Lol gave up. Okay. Sorry, your chat message came too late. So yeah, no slash with hyphen, really. No, the next time. Okay, so I switched it over here and renamed it to MicroGame. And with that, we can now continue here, I guess. So the MicroGame. And yeah, let's start it. So we open up. Flutter MicroGame, open. All right, so enjoy your work time, Minu. Thanks for watching. It was great to have you. Okay, and I also switched to macOS because I would like to have the benefit of the power of my machine here. So I would not need my iPhone anymore. So I put that out. And then let's read through the documentation and let's see what we can create today. Starter template. Game includes the following features: sound, music, main menu, settings, ads, in-app purchases, game services, crash reporting. So it has already a lot of stuff inside. It comes with things like menu, okay. To run the app in debug mode, Flutter run. This assumes you have an Android emulator, iOS attached. It is often convenient to develop your games as a desktop app. For example, you can run, okay, that works already. And we have a problem with Cocoa Pods. Returning a local because it's perform repo update, okay. That is unfortunate, so let's switch to terminal. cd macOS ls, and I think we can remove the pod file, I guess, right? No, actually we pod install. And we run into a problem. What is the issue? Ruby version 2.6, Cocoa Pods, Unicode. FFI extension, because its extensions are not built. Try gem pristine FFI. Okay, some Ruby stuff. Let's try that. While executing, you don't have a permission. Okay. Why do I get now these problems? Probably because of the newest version here. Let's see if we see something in here. Airbnb, so there are a lot of solutions here. That makes me a bit nervous. Install FFI in a specific version by running. However, usually you don't have the right permission. Okay. Sudo, and I did that. Well, as you see, I'm also not an expert in Ruby stuff, so hopefully that does the trick. So pod install, please. Nope. Your terminal to be UTF-8 and consider adding the following. Okay, we can do that. Wouldn't be a problem at all. So let's go to here, and this is a ZHSRC. So whoop. Good. So now we can exit this one and open up a new terminal. And try again inside macOS to run pod install. Not appropriate 8-bit compatibility error command. Pod install verbose, please. Give me some information. Trunk relative path Cocoa Pod version YAML exists, returning local because checking it. Repo update. That sucks. Why is it downloading now something? No, still broken. Okay. Error output from Cocoa Pod system. Can't run Flutter project on iOS simulator. Yep, looks pretty much the same. Ruby or Cocoa. Try reinstall both Ruby and Cocoa pods. Okay, it's getting more a fix your Flutter system. So what's the problem? I had the same issue with moving from Intel based to ARM based, but for me it's exactly the opposite. I am on an Intel machine. Run the command all component gem list local grab Cocoa pod. Then for each version you want to install each one. Crazy. So let's open up a new terminal for that. So let's see, what do we get? We have quite some Cocoa pods, and we have a lot of versions of it. Interesting. Once each dependency is uninstalled, install the ARM version. We don't need that. Not really happy with that. What I could do is, instead of doing all of that and making maybe something broken, I could open this one in my Xcode. Okay. macOS, I think I have the runner Xcode here. Pods are broken. Interesting. Build failed instantly. So what do I get? Unable to load contents of file. Okay. Build setting info. We don't have to sign or dev Flutter explain dot, I don't know, MicroGame. Just in case, adding everything. Sign to run locally, yep. And I cannot run it. Yep, at least seems like pods. It's also interesting. So now it will tell me that if I go to dev, Flutter projects, microgames into macOS and run pod install. Crash. Okay, that looks better already. So what's the reason? Using Flutter, Firebase defines Firebase core. Firebase file does not exist. This may cause issues in the upload symbol. That's fine. Could not find compatible version with Firebase core only in pod file. Okay. Contain a spec Firebase only. You have either. Okay, so then let's install repo update. Let's see what we receive. Okay, that actually worked. Crazy. So what did we do now? We installed Cocoa pods manually and override the system link to it. So that means we had one Cocoa pod installed, which was broken out of no reasons, I guess, or out of some reasons that I don't know. So we installed a new version of it, and then we set the pointer from the system to this new version. That means somewhere I have still an old Cocoa pods version that lies around. Yeah, usually I would not like that, but what should I do? Maybe I will take some time after the stream to just check if we can update somehow. So, but if this is correct here, if this error is unexpected, try running Flutter Fire config again. Okay. Pod install complete. Okay, so let's try pod install again. That looks much better. Okay. So now we can Flutter run the macOS. So Hello, Agam. Great to see you. How's it going? Oh, what's that? Do your Xcode for your session has expired. Please log in. Developer service view portal action. Your service has expired. Okay. Game service GK. Okay, probably some things will not work as expected because, of course, the game service is only available on a phone, I guess. And start up and running. Imported pubdev, Firebase core, data collection default. A lot of warnings, but that's fine, I guess. Whenever something with Firebase is really great as a tool per se, but it throws so many warnings, it's crazy. Sure. Ah, here we go. So something started. Ooh, it makes noises. So we have some music running. We have Go Router. I close that sound at the moment. Interesting. So we are running. That's good. Good sign. We have settings. Okay, we can change the name to Flutter Explained, of course. Then let's check max. We can have sound effects. I turn it all off and go back. Let's play. What can we see here? We have levels to 5 and above. Yay! Okay. Good. Okay, so principle is clear. We have all these things. We have transitions, all that works. And we can now change all these things, right? So we check out what we have in the lib folder. How does that work actually? So to enable Crashlytics, I think we don't need all that yet. So I keep that now running. Guard with Crashlytics. There are interesting working behavior. Okay, so we have the guarded main. Okay, release mode. So if this is false, then we're dropping down here. We listen to records, okay. We ensure the initialization. That's the typical things, right? We go full screen. That didn't work for macOS, it seems. When running, uncomment the following line to enable integrations. Read the README for more information about each integration. Okay, that's pretty cool. So all these different parts we can then just enable with uncommenting these lines, it seems. Like game services, if we don't need it, we can turn it off. In-app purchases, run app. And then we have the settings persistence. What is that? Local storage settings persistence. Okay, this is just the shared preferences. This is a local DB at the end. Player progress persistence is the same thing, I guess. Future, yep, shared preferences. In-app purchases controller. Okay, it doesn't exist yet. Adds controller, okay. So how does the app look like? These are all these, okay. Where is it? Stuff. My app here. There is a router initialized. Let's start with this, I guess, because... Or before I... Yeah, no, do it, I guess. Why not? If we want to work further on that, let's create router.dart. And what I would like to do is just exclude that from here. So have that in this router.dart. And export. I think I don't even have to do that. Go router needs to be imported, I guess. So Didn't work. Context.watch, this is means that we have probably Riverpod or probably provider installed. Game levels, okay. Play session screen, let's get that one in. Win game screen. Settings screen. Okay, so the Go router is used to navigate. And I think we have to get the import for provider. This one. Yeah, that worked well. And getting the score. Why you compare? The argument type score, blah, blah, blah. Game service, okay. This is a different import of score. This is from game services, okay. And where does my score come from? This looks different, okay. How did I add the score now? Now it looks better. Okay, clean it up and good. Simple enough. So, and hopefully I can now import the router here. Can't I? Good. So, just for my sanity that I keep that in mind, how it works. Okay, so we have this My App. We have all that stuff. We have multi-providers. Yep, so we can see all the change notifiers. They change on player progress, on things like settings. Okay. So whenever something updates, we can do that directly. Audio, provider builder. Then we have palette. So this is for colors, I guess. Palettes. Yes, pen, dark pen. Okay. Flutter demo, nothing changed here. So we have a material app router for the Go router package. Now we have all these things. But do we don't have a game? Level state? Usually we should have something like a game widget, don't we? Oh, interesting. Is here... Wait, maybe I'm completely wrong. Is there no Flame installed? Oh, that's disappointing. Is that working then? Is this sound is we worked with audio player? Okay. So it's actually not with Flame. That's cool and disappointing for me because I wanted to do it with Flame actually. Because I wanted to use Box2D. Oh, sad. Okay, so that doesn't work for me actually, as I wanted to. So, MK, so what I would like to do is create a Flame MicroGame. Wow, that's a bit disappointing now. Yeah. Flutter pub install Flame engine. Flutter pub get Flame. What was the command for getting something like pub.dev Flame game engine? Forge2D. Yep. Flame engine down here. Get started. That's just Flame, okay. Flutter pub install flame. Add Flutter pub add flame. Perfect. Flutter pub add flame block. Flutter pub add flame behavior. So what are these packages? So if you check out Flutter flame block, that's just the block pattern that we know from Felix Angelov, and it is supported for the Flame engine. The benefit is then the Flame components can use also the state that, for example, the widget components use. On the other side, we have the behavior. This is just the utility class from the Very Good Ventures. And what they did is they separated the development logic from the behavior logic of a component. So with that, you have some additional benefits, and it makes it way easier to develop in that stuff. So now let's open the project. Not MicroGame, Flutter, and go to the Flame MicroGame. Don't ask again, this window. Good. And what I would like to do is also going to, I can close that off. I use this terminal. I would like to initialize Git just in case, and would like to make my first commit. Git add everything. And just have all initial or Flutter app creation and installation of Flame packages. Nah, wrong keyboard. Good, and commit. Oh, so many more followers that I don't see. So sorry for that. It's Banana, welcome as a follower. Ghostly Tuna, welcome. Olendresk, welcome. Sabia Hosin, welcome. So many new people here on my stream. I like that. So, 7 hours. Yep. Anyway, commit. Commit anyway. Fair enough. So, now we have here a very empty project. If we check it out, we can remove all of these. We don't need that. We can remove all of these comments here. Getting rid of the increment counter part, build modifiers. I'm a bit disappointed, I have to admit now, with the Flame game engine. I thought that this template is also supported by the Flame engine. It's very weird for me, honestly. So removing all of this stuff, all of that, getting rid of this. So can got rid of that, upgrading the Cupertino, even though we don't probably need it. The Flutter lints I would like to replace by the good old Very Good Ventures lints. So switching here. Pub.dev, I think it's the VGV lint. Is it this one? Nope. Pascal Welch tools, Flutter lints. Very Good Venture linting. Where do we find it? Starter app, okay. And I think inside of the starter app they have this linting stuff. Very Good analysis. I think this is it. Yeah. So getting the package name, going into my terminal, Flutter pub get, no, add, Very Good analysis. And here we probably have to say Very Good analysis, and I'm pretty unsure what is there. So external library, let's have a look. Dart packages and search for the very good package. Oh, it's not there, huh? Here's the Lint package. Now probably it has not seen it yet. So remove this one. And I guess, can we see it here? Nope. We have to install it as a dev dependency and taking this one. Fair enough. And if we want to suppress something, class AB, linter rules, let's take this linter part here still with me. Fair enough. Good. So with that, we have already made some additional parts. I think here it just complains because the order is wrong, something like that. And this one is down here. We don't want that as a real dependency, just a dev dependency, right? Cool. And with that, we have already made some progress. It's pretty good. So this is behaviors. That's okay. And then we have the flame audio, flame 4.2. Yeah, so it doesn't make sense to use the template for me, actually, if I want to use Flame Engine. But it sounds like we should... It's a good question. Does the Flame Engine has a template, like a starter pack? That would be pretty cool. So at the moment we have the examples, but I think they are full games, right? So... Forge 2D, isolates, Lint, they have all that stuff. What I would like to know is the Flutter pinball game, Flutter pinball. I'm pretty sure this is created with the template, or? They have translations, all of that. But if I look at this lib folder, it looks completely different to it. That's so interesting. That means that they announce on this flutter.dev/games website the template, but it is actually the game that they have developed on the starter is a Flame game. It's not with the clone. It's out with Flutter casual game. Get the docs. There is a documentation for it. What if I search for Flame? Perhaps you want to write video state. The game template is still valuable for high-level structure of such games. For video games, you might want to look into Flame package. Okay, so it's completely different. And here's also written that the pinball is with that done. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Good. This being said, means what we can do for future references is we could structure still everything like in the template and have this there. But on the other side, I would say when we do it, then we would focus more on the Flutter Pinball app, like how they did it, because I think this structure is more appropriated for us. So they have created different repositories. I guess the repositories are for data savement. Then they have Bootstrap block observer. Okay, that they have. On error, on change. Okay. So if you have never seen that, the main should actually execute a Bootstrap method. And inside of here, there is everything capsuled. So you make sure that the dependencies are inside of the Bootstrap and not inside of the main.dart. Main.dart is really just to run something. Then, so I think we will do that nearly the same. So I can remove all of that, have a main function here. So, and inside of the lib folder, we would have a file called bootstrap.dart. which has the method Bootstrap at the end, right? So inside of here should be the Bootstrap method, Bootstrap builder. Interesting. What is the Bootstrap builder? Ah, okay, it does contain the dependencies of Firestore and Fireout. And if there is an error, we show it, we initialize it, fair enough. Flutter error. And then run zone guarded with the app observer. You know what? I think I will copy most of it, because it would be great to have the app block observer also running. The app block observer, if you have never heard about it, is a tool from the Flame block or from the block engine itself. So to observe things that have changed inside of your state. And I really enjoyed it, and let's see how that works. Okay. Just opening the chat again, just if I missed some messages. Okay, with all that, let's push that for further work. So, or on the other side, yeah, let's push that we have made the analyzers. So, packages, VGV Lint, and Flame block for further. And this here is just to, yeah, it's just not ready yet. So we have this one, and inside of here we want to call the Bootstrap method, and inside of here we do whatever we need to do. So in our case we have a future void probably. Hey Mohammed, great to see you. Bootstrap. And inside of here we have the Bootstrap builder. And this Bootstrap builder will contain our, this is a class, will contain our dependencies that we don't have yet. So here we could have contains our dependencies. So as always, we want to widget initialize, widget, what is the name? Widget Flutter binding, I guess. Let's quickly check. The widgets Flutter binding, yeah. We want to ensure that this is initialized. We will do that with the pure widgets part, because we don't need material in this case. And after here, we know everything is initialized. Now we can run it in zones. Not necessarily now, but what do we have else? This Flutter error looks interesting. I've never done that. What is that actually? That makes me curious if I read something like that. So log is of course the developer part. It's just a print statement at the end. What is this? Create an error message from a string. The message, okay. Error class used to report Flutter specific assertion failures and contract violations. Okay. So when I'm opening this, handling errors in Flutter. By Flutter are routed to that. By default this calls %error which dumps. Or this behavior. Consider calling %error from custom error handler when an error occurs during build time error widget. Okay. So that means whenever an error occurred in Flutter, we hide it away in this log part so that we have this exception as a string and then a stack trace. The log method, if I understand it correctly, is just a print or emit a log event. This function was designed to map closely to the logging information collection. Message time subsec. Okay. So we can pass in more detailed information about it. Details is probably the error details, right? So what do we get from on error? It's present error, dump error to console, Flutter error details. We get the stack trace, the library which was failing, the context, stack information and things like that. And then we just get it as a string and the stack trace is... okay, we reduce the information that we receive. usually we receive way more. And what they have done in this project is they said, nope, we don't want everything. We just want the exception as a string. And we can work on that. Sounds reasonable. I have never seen that, and I like that. Because it doesn't pollute our stack trace so much, I guess. So if, for example, you have some widgets that are too small, it will be not like printing out billions of lines with unnecessary code lines that you don't understand. It will be more cohesive, probably. Okay, so run zone as guarded. So this will be also interesting because I have heard about this, and let's read it. Asynchronous, you import this, fair enough. Block overrides, this should be there. Block overrides, where does this come from? Is it not from the block package? Ah, probably, but I don't have imported it yet. Depend on referenced package. It could be that. Interesting. What is the reason here? Depend on reference package. Do depend on reference when importing a package. Add the dependency on its. Okay, because yeah, I understand. Block is just as a separate import there. We imported not from block. We imported actually from flame block. And this is what he don't like. Or better, if you can check it out here, we can see it's from pubcache. Hey, thanks for following. Marcus Leak, great to see you. So what can we do? The easiest part is just installing block itself. So Flutter pub add block. Ooh, turn off my light. Sorry for that, no battery anymore. So I would have to switch that, and I don't have a cable yet. So I will be a bit more dark, or I can turn on that light. Oh, look. So back with my beautiful face. So now we have block installed, and these weird error message should disappear. Yeah, great. So we can see this is not used anymore. This will be removed version 9. Use block observer block transformer instead. Block transformer. Block observer block transformer. Block observer. Why would I need to override it in the first place? So what is the mentioning here? What is the reason? This guy overriding block observer and event transformer. It should be extended by another class in client code with overrides that construct a custom implementation. Okay. And when we have this, this will be removed. Use block observer, block transformer instead. That would mean I quickly have to Google it. What is the solution? Can't use block observer after block update. How to use block? Is this an own API? No, an interface observing the behavior of block instances. Okay. What do we want to achieve, by the way? Block overrides. Builder will create some parts of the app. App block observer. This is the one that has been created, I guess. So if we go back to our pinball example, we have this app block observer. And the builder is probably passed in from here, yeah. And these two we don't have yet. Okay, and the builder should return future widget, okay. And this is not a class, actually. Bootstrap builder seems to be a type definition, interesting. And a type definition works a little bit different. So what we have here is a future of widget that we return, and this is a basic function which gets 2 imports for them, for us not. So do I have to enter anything? No, or just close it again. So with that, we know that this builder executed creates something. Cool. So what I still want to do is add the dependencies we have. Firebase. Interesting. Okay, so we catch all the errors differently. We run zoned guard. This is just a complete different thread, or if I understand that right. Runs body in its own error zone, creates a zone. Okay, so all the errors will be catched here differently. Okay. By overriding, okay, if an error occurs synchronously in body, then throwing an in error. Okay. The zone will always be the error zone. Errors will never cross error zone boundaries by themselves. Future, then throw error in first error zone, run zone guarded. Ah, okay, so in the second error zone, we cannot catch the error. First error zone. Nuts. Okay, so it's just that our error messages are cleaner. Still, I would like to have a solution for this here, that we get rid of that. And what I could do is block observer dot, no, block transformer, block dot, no, what is it? Okay, let's go here and search for Flutter block observer. I would like to go to the API, so ds. Okay, and I'm looking for a search. See, observer e. Was deprecated from a block observer to rational. Okay, API was instructed in A to attempt support scope play. Okay. The block overrides API was inspired by very similar APIs in Flutter, HTTP, and IO operates. Okay. So what should we do? For example, many would have something like, okay, the above code will appear harmless, can actually lead to many difficult to track bugs. Called from will be in the error zone. Gesture events are handled on tab. Okay, so what do we do now? We just say block observer equals custom block observer, and then we say block observer equals custom block observer. Ah, we override it directly. Ah. So we say block observer equals to app block observer. Then we can get rid of this and probably of this. So that means now we just make run app and have here our await builder inside. And then we can remove all that, and that's it. Simple enough. And we catch all the errors inside of here, again with the log command, where we just get the string and the stack trace and ignore everything else. And this is a method to run here. Okay. Sorry that I take my time here, because I want to understand really all the bits that I'm doing here, because what this does is actually it will use our block observer, this one, and probably we don't even have to do it. What happens here is we override the standard block observer so that we receive messages whenever our state inside of a block changes. That means we have a transition from one level to another. This happens up here. So we use the change. This is usually from one transition to another, and the block runtime to show which element has changed. And I think for an error case, it's nearly the same. So VGV has just created here amazing things or more sugar around it. Okay, so now we have this Bootstrap, and I think we can just import that. Easy enough. But it wants to have a builder. And let's quickly check again how they did it in the main. They call Bootstrap, and then they pass in an asynchronous function where the app is returned. And we currently don't have an app, so we have to change that. But that's actually everything. So what happens here is just all the dependencies are created in this Bootstrap method. And the benefit of this bootstrapper is, as you can see, or maybe you didn't see it, so let's switch back again. What happens here is we get the dependencies at this case, so the main method knows already all the smarts here. Hey Amish, nice to see you. Very good. Can't complain. A new GDE sits here on this chair, so I'm pretty happy. I think there is... I have to Google developer... profile, I think is the name. So here, you profile, you me. Oop, wrong account, this guy. And now in developer profile, here you see all the nice little badges. How about yourself? How do you do? Okay, so because we don't have any dependencies at the moment, I think I increased that for a reason. So as you can see, we have Firebase out here already loaded, and I don't want that, right? So what we can do is we can directly jump into, we could initialize a lot of repositories, so data managements and state managements. Init repositories by using dependencies like Firebase. But we don't want to do that. What we actually need is, we don't need that yet. Authenticate on. We just want to return the app, which we don't have yet. So what's the problem? Probably because the app is not existing yet. The return type set dynamic isn't a future widget. Okay, so what they want is that we wait for something. We don't do that. So we could remove the future and say just void here. And still broken, okay. Because we wait here. Okay, so we can't do that. So what's the issue? Isn't the future widget. Set dynamic. I work again in JavaScript-like things here. Functional literal. Okay. Yeah, no, please keep that for now. So the app is not existing, so we can create a class. What I will do is just make a stateless widget here called app at the moment. And yeah, keep it for now. We can import material just to make everything green. And that should be it already. Type app isn't a future widget. Okay, so for that we could say future dot value and we pass in the app. Yay. Not perfect, but what happens is that we wait for something. So that's the idea here. So today, more or less. So last week, actually. Oh, so my family is back at home. I will stop the stream for now. Thanks so much to this channel. Check out Twitch, and I really like to work. And yeah, let's see you soon again. Next Wednesday I will be online. Hopefully on Thursday you will get a new video about what is the idea? Integration testing with Flutter. What's the name? Flutter. Okay, there are 3 integration testing helpers that I would like to announce on the video. And yeah, if you're interested, YouTube, Twitch, can't wait. Thanks so much for watching.